Mike Conley playing great basketball.
As Conley lines up a three, it's through again. A three-pointer. Bingo. Conley, another three. Bingo again. Hesitation move, lays it up and lays it in. Pretty move.
We don't care what time the game is. Just give me an opportunity on the floor.
Conley with a steal. Conley for three. Bingo.
Conley has been phenomenal.
Calls for his three is through. Floats it up, floats it in. Got another floater to fall.
Prime time player, Mike Conley.
Look who's joining us, the Memphis Grizzlies all-time leader in assists. Point guard Mike Conley Jr. is here looking fresh. I like this. How are you doing? Good to have you here with us. So I heard you didn't sleep very much leading up to this whole trade deadline. You weren't traded. What was your reaction when you heard that wasn't going to happen?
Really just a relief, just kind of getting all that stress off of me. My family, we've been in Memphis for 12 seasons and it's been home. So knowing that the organization was looking to go a different direction was a little tough on all of us. So once it passed, it was just trying to refocus again, like, how am I going to show up to work tomorrow? And, I got to be a pro about it and just keep moving forward.
I just want to make sure I'm quoting you accurately. You used the word relief because to me, the word that came to my mind was depression. I thought you was going to say depressed. And the reason why is because I know this much. I wanted you out of Memphis. Because I'm looking at your talents and what you can do for a playoff contender, and I think your talents are being wasted in Memphis. Do you see any hope, any light at the end of the tunnel in Memphis, Tennessee? I just don't see it.
Man, always trying to be positive, man. That's my city, we try to make the best of the situation. Obviously, what the organization decided to do by putting us out there and making us available kind of showed where we were going in that direction. So it's a little bit more off of me, and it's about knowing that, hey, eventually I don't have to turn another chapter. So,
Mike, you're 31 years old.
Yeah.
You've been a fantastic point guard your entire career, and to my mind, the type of guard you can win a championship with, because you play on both ends of the floor, and you hook up your teammates, and you don't turn the ball over, and you shoot well. You do everything that you want your point guard to do. But 31, brother, you don't have that many more years in your prime.
Right.
You must want to be a part of a championship, potentially championship team at some point, right?
Yeah, I want to win.
Doesn't that mean you have to leave Memphis, considering the direction they're going?
Yeah, if that's the direction we're going, it's got to happen, I'm sure, at some point. Sooner than later, like you said, being 31, I don't have much time, to waste and rebuild or anything like that. So, hopefully we can figure it out.
So let me just throw it out there, because I thought, like, if it was the beginning of the season, Toronto had you, maybe that's a championship team, maybe, especially considering they pick up Gasol, but maybe not in the middle of the season to pick you up, and that's a lot for the point guard. But let me just throw this out there. LeBron James is looking for help in LA. What's your level of interest? We hear a lot of things. A lot of guys don't want to play with LeBron. What would your level of interest be in that situation?
If that came about, I'd be interested for sure. Who wouldn't want to play with LeBron?
Well, he does play for the Memphis Grizzlies, and they have had some success in the past. They've been in the conference final before. They've been in the semifinals a few times, so it's not like they haven't had some good moments in Memphis. But I will acknowledge this. What disappoints me about the organization is one thing and one thing only. If you're going to keep Gasol, to let go of Gasol, but to keep you there, that to me sends the wrong message, because it's like, well, we're moving in a different direction and we might have to rebuild first, but we'll keep you around. And so to me, was it a situation where you wanted Gasol to stay? You thought both of y'all should be gone? Or you just gonna ride and die with this organization? Because guess what? It's Memphis. I love it because I know how much you love the city.
Right.
I know how supportive you are and how philanthropic you are in that area. Is it one of those situations where you're like, listen, Memphis is home?
Yeah, it was unique, because we didn't ask to be obviously traded. We didn't ask to be put out there, but it was a situation we were put in. And at that moment, I envisioned, retiring there and all the things like that. But that put doubt in everything. All of a sudden, it was like, man, I got to start thinking about the future now. I got to start thinking about, how can I get to a winning situation if that's possible.
We always talk about these point guards. We talk about Steph. We talk about Russell Westbrook. We talk about Kyrie. We talk about all of these guys. Where do you feel you should be, or what level of the discussion do you believe your play should be when we're talking about all of these other point guards in the NBA? How should people think about Mike Conley?
Man, I'm an all-star, man. That's really what it is. I've always seen myself as that, and I've always seen myself on the same level as these guys. And one day, I'll get my due.
But if you don't, and you put up great numbers, I mean, it's not just like almost 20 points and like 6 assists or something. It's also like fewer than 2 turnovers, and you shoot a good percentage from 3, as I mentioned, and all that stuff. But Mike, the point guard position is so stacked. There are only so many slots on an all-star team. So if you're an all-star, one of these dudes, Steph, Harden, Westbrook, Lillard, Kyrie, Kemba. I haven't even gotten to Kyle Lowry in these dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, who are you replacing off that list? Ben Simmons?
Pick one, man. I don't know. At some point, it's got to happen. Every year somebody kind of forces their way in and they get an opportunity. I think, like this year, I'm very happy for D'Angelo Russell. That's my guy.
But D'Angelo Russell's not as good as you.
Hey, no, he is.
He's as good as you?
Yeah, he's great, man. And he's got a, I'm very excited about it.
I'm real proud, seriously, because D'Angelo Russell does hits, and deservedly so at the time for the nonsense. But there's no question that D'Angelo Russell has been balling this year and deserves a lot of love. I would ask you this question. What is it about you and about your game that you don't believe is being mentioned enough or given nearly as much credit as it deserves?
Really, I think it's the total impact of the game. When I get on the court, the game changes, I think, completely. I don't get into metrics and all that other stuff, but I feel like we are a much better team when I'm on the court as opposed to when I go sit down. And there's something to say about that. It doesn't mean that I have to go out there and score 30 or have 20 assists, but I change the game on both ends of the floor.
But that kind of play, isn't it hard? Like one of the problems with like the kind of culture they have in Golden State that's so hard to capture is if you're an all-star caliber talent, but you are truly team-oriented, then sometimes the counting numbers and the stuff that people look to aren't there, and then you never make an all-star team.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like a battle I've always had with myself, because that's just who I am. I'm an unselfish dude. I could go out there and try to get 30 points a night, but that's not going to help my team win necessarily all the time. And I'm more of a guy that wants to see the next guy succeed. And if we succeed as a team, I think everybody gets their own, individual.
Well, my question to you is, what you going to do about it? And the reason why I asked that is because when you consider the game, and I remember a few years ago you signed $153 million deal.
So someone's noticing the play.
So you know what you bring to the table. But right at that time, that was considered expensive. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, Dave, you got cats that's making 20, 30, 40 million more than they even put up the same numbers. So I'm sitting there thinking about you, knowing how smart you are, thinking that you like money like any other human being, and I'm saying, excuse me, where do you go from here, Mike Conley Jr., when you consider the money that is available out there and how you being a nice guy that you are, relatively quiet, could actually cost you dollars?
Well, I think I've made enough. I've made enough in my time as a Grizzly. Okay. I want to win. I want to win.
I'm a capitalist. It's never enough. Never enough.
So you're really saying, on the one hand, not only I don't want to drop 30 if it's not going to help my team win, but I'm willing to forego money by being that kind of player or by looking just for the most money because I want to win going forward. I already made $150 million. I'm good. That's what you're saying?
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right.
Who wouldn't want this dude on their team?
Great team player. Give it up for Mike Conley Jr. Mike, thank you so much for being here.